Moist Voicers, hello. We're back again during a 24-hour stream for the Moist Voice Podcast, episode 50. Fill in the rest.
7.
There we go. Hello. Thanks for coming back.
Keep track now since you're not.
Yeah, appreciate you because we've been through this. I just don't know how to. But I'm your host, North Star, aka Puddles McGee.
What? That's a new one.
Well, sometimes they call me that. My real stripper name is Vanilla Lavender.
Oh God, not that again.
What? Well, OG Gigglebottoms got voted out.
No, but you say Vanilla Lavender and you say my OG stripper name, and the only thing I can think of is Big Black.
That's where I got it from.
And
he was Chocolate Lavender.
He was Chocolate Lavender.
That's where I got that from. I was like, oh, I'm Vanilla.
He had that one titty tassel and he was like shaking it.
That's exactly where that stemmed from. I'm glad you're the first person to ever fucking get that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That was one of my favorite shows back in the day. Oh,
abso-fucking-lutely.
Dude, the relationship those two had, just the juxtaposition between like how small Rob Dyrdek is and how big Christopher Boykin was.
Back in high school, my boy Juju and I, we were like that. Like I was a lot larger, and he used to just try to beat on me like Rob used to do to Big Black. Remember one time he ran like full force and like jumped off of the bench outside and just jumped into me with his chest like this, and I didn't move at all, and he just fell back like 10 feet. Good times. But yeah, we were like the Robin Big in high school.
That's funny. I mean, obviously, now that you say it, that is exactly where that comes from, but I didn't know that's where you got that from. But the fact that nobody else has ever made that connection is kind of interesting because that show was super popular.
I love that show, dog. He used to do the dumbest shit.
Yeah, him picking on drama was hilarious. That was one of my favorite relationships, was him and his cousin. His cousin that had never had a job and had just talk about like no concept of the value of $1. Like a kid whose like cousin is like just dumb fucking rich. And just lives in a house, gets a car, just does whatever. That's funny. So all right, well let's how y'all doing? Good to see you for another week. Thank you for coming back.
Sorry, I got distracted.
You always do.
Nah, your fucking forehead shining.
Yeah, it's a little shiny.
You were talking shit about my head shining last night. And look at you.
No, you started it. I just corroborated. Yeah, English. Not my strong suit. Stop staring at my forehead.
Sorry, it's so shiny.
Here, my hair. I help you? I make it better for you? No. Or do you want to go like full like Star Trek, like Geordie LaForge?
Who's that?
You never seen? You know who Geordie LaForge is?
No.
He was the black Star Trek character that had the visor on.
Isn't that the dude from X-Men with the laser eyes?
No, that's Cyclops.
He had more than one eye.
That's Scott Summers. No. You have more than one. Of course you have more than one eye, you asshole.
In the Cyclops, don't they have one eye?
He was called Cyclops because he had one eye as far as his visor went. He shot an energy beam through it. Look, man. Let's not get into. Look, I know you don't know shit about comics, so I'm not gonna start lecturing you on this shit. No, we're not gonna get into this rabbit hole.
I've seen all the X-Men movies.
The movies are dog shit.
No, first off, you take that fucking back. I love those movies. And Wolverine. When I was a kid, I watched two things that were like related to that: X-Men and Spider-Man.
Fair.
I fucking love the X-Men movie.
A couple of them are okay. I like Logan. Logan was a good movie.
I don't think I watched that one.
That's one of the best ones because it follows the comics more closely than anything else.
I didn't do the whole comic book thing.
Well, no, but it shows you. It's the more dystopian version of what happened, where Professor X killed a lot of people.
He did what?
All right.
Don't do this to me.
I'm not going to. No, I'll give you the spoilers because
no, I don't want. I don't know.
You're probably never going to watch it.
No, I don't want the spoilers. You stop it.
You're not going to watch it.
Stop it.
Okay.
All right, I'm actually dying to know. Tell me.
Jesus fucking Christ. So the premise of Logan is Wolverine, Logan, for anybody that may not know, he's an old man at this point. So it's the comic series Old Man Logan. That was an actual comic run. It was called Old Man Logan. The adamantium has now poisoned him to a point where his regeneration is like very low. He barely regenerates anymore. When he hurts himself, he fucking hurts himself. Professor X is now old as fuck and has dementia. So when he takes pills, but when he doesn't get his pill, he has these psychotic breaks where he'll fuck around and like hurt people without even realizing it. The problem was, at a certain point, he ended up killing off a lot of he killed off a lot of mutants because he got tricked into using oh god, I'm blanking on the name. The brain scanner that he uses. Anyway, he used it to kill a lot of people. And then Logan was also manipulated by Mephisto. He killed all the X-Men.
Who?
Mephisto. I don't know if it's Mephisto or Mephisto. He's basically a sorcerer. He's a mutant sorcerer. And he manipulated Logan into killing all the X-Men. So it's a deep comic book run. You'd have to do your own research on it, yada yada, things like that.
No, thank you.
But either way, Old Man Logan. First off, it was the R-rated Wolverine movie that everybody had been waiting on, and it's fantastic.
You really think I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole? I'm still only 2 movies deep into Star Wars, and I've yet to go back. Jar Jar Binks is the best character in Star Wars. Don't at me.
He's not.
You're full of shit. I don't even need to see any more movies to know that he's the peak.
Anakin Skywalker is
fucking bitch. That's what he is.
I mean, in certain respects, he is. He left a wife and 2 kids, but you know,
he's scum in comparison. Anyway, let's talk about something.
Oh, please do.
That everyone needs to understand. Jelly Roll. For those of you who don't know, is what would you classify him before recently? Just country rapper or just a rapper?
I would call him a southern rapper. I'm not gonna call him a country rapper because he has albums with like Lil White.
He doesn't rap that like weird ass like country shit.
Right.
Like how
he's not Mexican OT. He's not like southern accent from Texas type shit like that.
Yeah, he's from
Antioch, Tennessee.
I wouldn't say he's a country rapper. He's just a rapper from the country.
Right. I would say that he swings between the two though, because he does have like albums with Struggle Jennings.
Who is a country rapper.
But he also has albums with Lil White, who is
a rapper.
A Memphis rapper. Yeah, he's a rapper.
Yeah.
3 6 Mafia, obviously. I'm sorry, Hypnotized Minds. He was never part of 3 6 Mafia.
Anyway, so with the CMA, so I didn't know until recently, because I kept seeing there were like people were talking about the CMA awards. I was like, why the fuck are they doing this? Is PUBG all over again?
Yeah.
I was like, CMA awards. Doesn't the A stand for awards? It turned out no, it stands for Country Music Association.
You didn't know that?
I always thought it stood for Country Music Awards. I don't listen to that shit. I don't fucking know. So
that's from watching the NBAs.
When I kept seeing, I was like, "These people fucking stupid." It's PUBG all over again. Player unknown battleground. Like what? Because that's what it is now. It's PUBG Battleground.
PUBG.
No, I'm serious. That's what they renamed as.
Okay. I
believe
you.
Anyway, that's what I thought, but it turns out that was wrong. But he won like best new artist or something. And I was like, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've heard in my life.
He's won a few of them. He's nominated for the Grammy, like best new artist. I'm like, why?
Like he is not a new artist, but
he is not.
He is, however, new to being classified under the country category.
As a country music artist.
Yes, because he has songs that have topped the country music charts.
Correct.
So in that aspect, yeah. But as a fan, because I was listening to him for years.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking false. Fake news. False information. This is not best new artist. He's the best. He's just the best in that genre overall. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. Like, it bothered me at first, and then I was like, I'll fucking get it, but you're wrong.
Yeah, no, it makes sense when you break it down like you just did. It makes perfect sense. But in the overall scope, yeah, you tend to be a little bit off put by it because you're like, well, I've been listening to Jelly Roll since like 2012 when he was rapping with Haystack, and like when he was doing freestyles.
I still listen to Haystack.
You're exactly, and like he got sued by the Waffle House because he made an album called Whiskey, Weed, and Waffle House and put the Waffle House on the album cover. They sued him, and then he made a song about like he was like, "Fuck it, I'm still going to Waffle House." It's like I've been listening to him forever and ever and a day, and to see him, he has made a transition. He's done rap. He does a little bit of like the rock rap, and then he does the country rap. But his newest album, I can't remember the name of it. You have to look it up. But his newest album is more on the country side. And he's always
has that
been
twang to it.
He's also a country-ish type artist because he said in multiple interviews his like life goal was he wanted to play a concert at the Grand Ole Opry. Rock and rap acts don't play the Opry.
No.
Country music stars do. So like I guess he's been working towards that goal his whole life.
That's in Tennessee, right?
Yes, it's in Nashville, Tennessee. And he's from Antioch, Tennessee, which is close by, which would make sense why he's always wanted to do it.
Well, it's also like in that category, isn't that like the what's the big for comedians? What's their stage like that?
What, like their mecca for like comedy?
Yeah, like at what point when you make it to the one show you could say you made it? What the fuck is it called?
Madison Square Garden, if you play an arena.
No, that's like the famous ass fucking the place where people do stand up at.
There's a lot of them at this point. I don't know which one you're referring
to. But that's the top for that genre, for that category.
Oh, okay. I think it depends on what city or state you're in, honestly. And I'm not sidestepping your question. I'm saying I think that there's a couple. I don't know them off the top of my head, but like as of right now, if you had to put a name on it, Joe Rogan's comedy club, The Mothership.
No.
If you get a headlining
set, no, that's not what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. I think it was like where Def Comedy Jam was, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Okay, anyway. I mean, I could see why he would want to do that.
Yeah.
It's like the Super Bowl for that genre.
Yeah, and it is. And because he lives so close to there, that's why. So I feel like he's made his final transition. Now I will say this on his newest album, he does still have, some songs where like, but this is where is he a country? Because like he's rapping over country beats, so it's like he still has those songs in there. But obviously, I believe the song that he's getting nominated for is what, "Son of a Sinner," I think.
That I'm not sure of. I actually haven't heard any of his newer stuff.
It's good. He has some good stuff. But yeah, I agree with you. He's definitely not a new artist. He's just new to the genre that he's making music in. I still have an appreciation for him. I think he's awesome.
I stopped listening to him. I stopped listening to Mercules. I haven't heard anything from him in a while. I stopped listening to Joe Budden. There's quite a few artists that I stopped listening to because
you were one of the last people that I know that was still on the Joe Budden train.
Oh, he was
for a long time.
Yeah. So the reason I stopped listening to these people is not because I think their music is bad. It's because a lot of their music that they made that I listened to was I related to a lot of shit they were saying on like the really bad level, the really sad level, the really depressed level. And I'm not there. And I don't ever want to be there again. So I stopped listening to their shit.
Fair.
It's like Mercules, like a lot of the shit that he made, he clearly and blatantly and openly talked a lot about being an alcoholic.
Oh yeah.
I'm not that anymore, so I don't listen to Mercules anymore.
So you happy and upbeat now?
No, I'm just not an alcoholic anymore. Also, he's not anymore either.
No, he's not. Well, I was going to make a joke that if you're happy and you're
No, I'm not happy. I'm just not. I'm not where I was listening to that music, so I don't listen. I don't listen to it. You're not quite
at the like rock and Taylor Swift stage then.
Why'd you have to say Taylor Swift?
Because you if you're happy and you're upbeat and you're bubbly and your music reflects that, you should be listening to like Taylor Swift or like William Eyelash or one of them. You don't listen to William Eyelash?
No, why'd you have to
Okay.
bring up Taylor Swift?
Because
That's all I hear about. See, look what you did. Look what you did.
Because
Look what
Taylor
you.
Swift rules the world. She is the Illuminati in and of herself.
Stop talking about Taylor Swift. All I hear all the time is Taylor this and Taylor that. I just want a moment. I want a moment away.
You're not going to get it. Taylor Swift has invaded everything from football to arenas, and
you're still doing it.
She's got Travis Kelce flying to Argentina to watch her concert and shit. It's fucking it's bullshit.
Oh, it's just everywhere. She's everywhere.
Right? Travis Kelce went from looking like a yo boy to like a good old boy with a broom handle mustache.
Yeah,
like,
he really
she ruined him.
He really did. Now I'm pretty sure he did that on his own because he did.
But I'm out on it. I'm now on his brother. Like fuck Travis. Like Jason Kelce's awesome now.
Jason Kelce was always awesome. What are you talking
about? He was always awesome, but I have a new appreciation for him because he's fucking hilarious.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. I know I'm obligated to be like fuck the Eagles because you know. Well,
you know what? Now that we're doing this transition, let's talk about the next topic: the Cowboys and the Eagles fan rivalry. It's pretty bad.
It's fervent.
It's like I started randomly thinking about it the other day, and I got into for some stupid reason a really deep thought because one of the security guards they fluctuate people in a lot, but she's been placed at our place a lot lately. And she's an Eagles fan. She's from Philly. So we'll chat shit about the Eagles all day. And like last night we were talking about not last night, but the other night we were talking about the Cowboys. And we were talking about the score, like, yeah, you know, they came close here. Like, yeah, we had to make it a close game. You know, make them feel like they had something, and then just take it away from them. And then once that conversation started happening, I started realizing how much, like, for no real reason other than just because we hate each other. Like, how many times during football when we used to do the weekly picks, I would, even if it was, I fucking know the Cowboys are going to beat that team, I would never choose the Cowboys to win.
Right.
Because I fucking hate the Cowboys. I make Cowboys jokes all the time. I don't know why, I just do.
This is just the epitome of divisional rivals. It's the same reason that I hate the Seahawks with a passion, because the 49ers are in the same division as them. I'll say this. I know a lot of it has to do with, if you think back to when the Ravens weren't a team. When the Colts left, there was no team. Everybody had to pick a team. A lot of people picked the Commanders, formerly the other name. A lot of people picked the Eagles. And if you didn't know much about football, but you wanted to be a football fan, you picked the Cowboys because that was America's team. And a lot of people just jumped on the Cowboys train, and then, you know, generationally it gets passed down. And then there's just people that are Cowboys fans for no other reason than they're Cowboys fans.
When did the Ravens, when did they form?
99. Or it might have been 97. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, so it wasn't. I know they won their first Super Bowl not long after they started.
It was 01.
Yeah, not long after they started. I just couldn't remember exactly when.
Yeah, they were like 97. The Browns moved to Baltimore, became the Ravens, and the Browns got another extra team.
So I know they had two Super Bowls within like 20 years of being
yes. 2001, and then of course the 2012 travesty, which I won't talk about ever.
That was
it was bad. It was bad.
Tell me a fucking game is rigged without telling me a game is rigged.
Look, man, when you're losing, you gotta do what you gotta do to try and win, man. I don't want to tell you.
Fucking lights go out.
Right, but so anyway, so it's like, you know, so I think because of where we live in the fact that we live in Maryland, I think there's a lot of Eagles fans, there's a lot of Commanders fans, there's a lot of Ravens fans, obviously, but I feel like there's a lot of Eagles fans around here. And the Dallas, I personally know like at least 5 or 10 of each, Eagles fans, Dallas fans, and the stuff they say to each other on Facebook is
pretty bad.
Out of pocket. It's out of pocket. Like, I'm talking like insulting people's families. Like, when I see you, it's on site. I'm like, yo, it's a football. And here's the biggest part that I don't understand why people don't get this. The players on the teams, bro, they don't hate each other like the fans do.
No, that's why I was specific when I said like fan rivalry.
Right. Like they get along.
For the most part. I'm sure some people hate each other. But yeah,
there's people that talk smack on social media.
It's because the players they change all the time. Like it's never the same with the fans. They're for life.
Yeah. And I'll confirm that because, you know, obviously I'm born and raised in Maryland. I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan. But that's because my father was a lifelong 49ers fan. So it was passed down to me because obviously, you know, we'll make the joke. I'm old as dirt. I'm 40. So when I was a little kid, it was the Cowboys-Niners rivalry when it was like Troy Aikman and Steve Young. And I'm a little kid, like sitting on the floor watching TV, and my dad's behind me going, "Fuck the Cowboys, fuck you, Troy." So like it's in the back of my head, like I see Cowboys, and I'm like, "Nah, fuck them." But the truth is, like, a lot of feel like people don't understand that like the players don't have the same rivalry that the fans do because you got to realize all these players, a lot of them went to the same college as each other. So, like, there's players, like, on each team, they're like, they were college teammates. They don't hate each other.
Yeah.
They want to see each other get the bag. They're happy.
They're trading jerseys at the end of the game.
Exactly. So, so what was funny, like, the most recent trade for the 49ers, where Chase Young went to the 49ers, him and Nick Bosa both played at Ohio State.
Yeah.
They were a year apart. Like, they Nick Bosa is like his big brother. So, like, there's no hate between the two teams. Like, they love each other. Things like that.
It's just the fan rivalry is so.
The fan rivalry is toxic.
Like I've always just found it so fun. Like I'm in it for the memes and the lulls. Like I don't actually give a fuck. I'm not about to fight somebody over their favorite team. But the jokes are fucking funny, and I'll make them because it's, you know, comedy is comedy.
Yeah, I do worry about it because I think I've said it on here before, but if people that don't know, I'm actually going to the 49ers and Eagles game in Philly later this year. It's in December.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So the issue that I'm going to run into is I don't care about the Eagles as a team. Cool. It is what it is. I'm worried because I know that Philly fans are toxic as fuck.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that if you're going to show up there wearing your 49ers gear, you remember what happened to the guy wearing the Giants gear.
I do. Well, it's the same thing that happened at the Oakland 49ers game back in the day where, like, 4 fans like stomped the dude out in the Coliseum and like put him in the hospital.
Yeah, it's
now I will say this though, it should be okay because me, my wife, and my cousin for the day, she's a Chargers fan, but she's gonna be a 49ers fan. But my aunt, Scotty, is a 49ers fan, but my aunt, Scotty's wife, they're Eagles fans. So we're going as like an even split. We're gonna have 49ers and Eagles fans in our group.
Cardi's an Eagles fan?
I wasn't going to say her name, but okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, Scotty, you picked a good one.
Right, he did. She's awesome. She is an Eagles fan. So is my aunt Pam. She's an Eagles fan.
I like Aunt Pam.
My cousin Lindsay, she's actually a Chargers fan, again, from her father. She got it from her dad. But for the day...
I feel like you have to inherit that. Like, you don't just willingly go, I'm a Chargers fan.
And that's the thing. So people will question me, like, bro, they're like, ew, Niners fan? I'm like, bro, it was from my father. Like,
yeah.
Like, it is what it is. But anyway, so my cousin Lindsay, she is a Chargers fan. Before the day, like, they were trying to get her in some Eagles gear, but so her father's last name is Davis. I have a Vernon Davis jersey in my closet for the 49ers. And he was a Terp alumni, which makes it even better. So we've already settled this. She's going to be a 49ers fan for the day because she's got a jersey to wear. So I've corrupted her for the day.
I don't like her right now.
You don't have to like her. It is what it is. But so it should be a little easier because we're going in with Eagles and 49ers fans in our group. I'm assuming somebody's probably going to say something dumb to where I'm going to respond with, dude, I'm a 49. I live in Baltimore, Maryland. Do you really want to keep talking shit?
Yeah, they will.
You know how they will, but it should diffuse a few of the situations.
Listen, it's like, you know better than that. It's people. I mean, football fans are like cult like Taylor Swift fans, and that's true.
Oh, actually, the Swifties in the beehive, they will come for you.
I think I don't want to say one is worse than the other. I think in their own way, it's fucking pretty culty. One's just one side is just for some reason violent.
Yes. Yes.
But that's not just football. That's sports.
Dude, soccer?
The rest of the world.
Down.
People out in Europe and shit, they fucking murder people.
Yes, they do.
over their team.
The only real problem I have is I am worried about the safety of my group, but I think we'll be okay. Mostly I'm worried about drunk people. Honestly, if I'm honest, it's drunk people, because NFL has the unique privilege, I don't think that's the word, of tailgating. Do you know tailgating is illegal in baseball?
I didn't know people tailgated in baseball.
They don't. It's illegal. Illegal. You're not allowed to.
Oh, hold on. You're breaking up a lot.
Really? Oh, I apologize. You shouldn't be. Football is the only sport that allows tailgating
in America.
In the world.
You're telling me that those fucking other football fans aren't having a pint?
They might. No, they might. But what I'm saying is tailgating in and of itself, like the parking lot, like pulling up into a park, that is illegal for baseball. It's illegal for every sport except for football. So you have the added, like redneck Joe that's like a 30 pack in before he walks into the stadium. And he's just like sloppy yelling Eagles like this far from my ear. I'm worried that I'm going to create an issue in the stadium. I worry. That's my fear. My fear alone.
I hate drunk people.
They get on your nerves a little bit. So
I hate drunk people. I hate drunk people when you're sober. Drunk people when you're drunk, that's cool.
Not always.
Yeah. There.
It leads to consequences. All right, so let's get out of that rabbit hole because we can go down that for forever. I just want to state for the record, Swifties are worse than football fans, wholeheartedly.
I don't want to say one's worse than the other. I would just say that they're their own version of extreme.
They will cancel you. They've literally canceled people.
And sports fans will murder you.
Fair. Tomato for you.
Both right. To the extreme, in their own way.
Speaking of murdering and dying and things like that, I'm going to get into one of my topics. So, I had a blowout in my van.
Okay. All right. Well, you talk about your van real quick while I go expel the X amount of caffeine I've consumed in the last, 14, 15 hours of the stream. I'll be right back.
So I was driving my work van. For anybody that doesn't know, I work for a company. I install shower doors. I was driving my work van, which is a Ford Transit, down an interstate the other day, and I was doing about 80 miles an hour, and I heard a loud pop, followed by a flat tire, and my van started swerving really badly, and I had to cut a couple people off to get over to the shoulder because apparently I blew my tire out so bad that by the time I pulled over, my tire was smoking. So I then had to put my van up on a jack on the side of an interstate with semi-trucks blowing by me, and I had to change my tire on the side of the road, which was a harrowing experience because if you've never had to change a tire on the side of the road with vehicles going past you doing 70 to 80 miles an hour, it's a very exciting experience to say the least. Because we've all gone down the rabbit hole and seen all those crazy YouTube videos of cars pulled over and you just see a car slam into the back of them and weird shit like that. And it was definitely an interesting experience because I had to get under my van as cars were going by, and I had to lower the spare tire down from the bottom of the van and pull it off and change it and put the other one back in and all that good stuff. And it was a real interesting experience where I wasn't sure if I was going to make it or get run over by a car. So that was my, I can't remember if that was a Monday or a Tuesday or something, but it was a bad day.
You still talking about your van?
Yeah, I was talking about my van. And then just to keep it on, the vehicles and things like that. So I wanted to talk about our RV real quick. So we winterized our RV and we're putting it up for the winter.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean? Are you just like, I don't know. I can't words right now. Holy fuck.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm watching you. Like your brain is, the wheels turning, but the hamster's lost.
When you say winterized, you're just like putting, obviously probably a cover over the whole thing.
We're doing that today.
Maybe like not boarded up the windows, but like put some, I don't know. How you winterize an RV? What do you?
All right, so essentially you're aware that an RV has water lines and pipes and tanks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you have to drain all those tanks.
Uh
You
huh.
have to hook an air compressor up to the inlets, and you got to blow all that water out.
Uh huh.
And then you close it, and then you refill your pipes and your tanks with RV marine antifreeze. So it's pink antifreeze,
So the pipes
and
don't freeze.
so the pipes don't freeze or crack over the
Yeah.
winter. So we did that. It's a bit of a process. I gotta take a panel off under my fridge, and my water pump has a line on it. You stick into the antifreeze bottle, and then you turn the water pump on, and it sucks it out of the bottle, and it distributes it through all the pipes. And then you turn your faucets on in the bathroom, the kitchen sink, the shower, the outside shower, and you just run it until it turns. You get the pink antifreeze out, and then you shut everything off. And that's how you winterize the pipes for the RV. And then the last part is today we're going to go in there. We're going to give it a deep. We're going to scrub everything. Why are you shaking your head like that? Like
No, I'm just
like
I thought this
it's
was
a process, bro.
I thought this was going to be an interesting story, and then I just realized like you have hit peak adult.
Yeah. Well, no. So the interesting part is coming. So we're going to scrub the inside, make sure it's like clean, fresh, and then the interesting part is the outside. So the cover for the RV.
Oh.
I have to get on top of my RV. I gotta walk across the top of this bitch.
Oh no.
You remember Christmas Story?
Yeah, I do.
Where he puts a leg through the ceiling.
Uh huh.
I'm very worried about that. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm done with you. You know what?
Peak
you don't
fucking boomer. That's all I'm saying. He's like, here comes
Peak
the
boomer.
real interesting part. You ready?
Says the man that wants to come camping with me and stay in my camper.
No. I said we'd sleep in a tent.
I'm putting you in a tent. You ain't staying in my RV. I'm not going to be cucked by my podcast partner.
No, I told her you want. You was like, you always invite me to go camping. So I was like, we can go, but we just stay in a tent.
What? Look, and at this point, you've got a significant other. You can both come.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can stay.
Well, definitely both come, but
wait. Side, is she a camper? She enjoy camping? Yes, no, maybe so. Never talked to her about it.
Do you even hear me? I just said we talked about it earlier last night.
Okay. All right. And she's down.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. I'm not gonna ask like location wise because that's just too much information on the podcast. But I've always said that I'm down to bring you camping with me. I think it'll be a great time. But you don't drink anymore, which kind of puts a damper on the situation.
Fucking drink to go camping? What are you talking about?
Oh, yes, you do. You're going to get drunk and sit around a bonfire and talk shit.
No, you don't.
You do.
No, you don't.
Tradition.
So what? I can't ever go camping again because I'm not going to fucking guzzle down some liqueur?
No, because then you can't like pass out and get tied to a tree and then not tell anybody about your camping. That was a different camping experience. That was the camp counselor. Yeah.
That's the radiator all over again. The radiator and handcuff.
That's why you're not staying in my RV. You're not going to cuck me.
I wouldn't.
There's no upside down pineapples on my RV door.
What? How did we get here?
I don't know if we do. All right.
There's something wrong with you. All right.
Let's move into a little gaming news.
No. Let's backtrack for 1 second real quick. So the other day on the radio, I heard they were talking about, there was a little thing that Usher did, and he was talking about the Mount Rushmore of R&B artists. And he said something along the lines like I think he said he wanted to be considered in that list or something like that. I kind of was like halfway paying attention.
I feel like he is.
What caught my fucking eardrums to start going woo, was when the radio host said something about Michael Jackson being on there. And I was like, he's the king of pop. What do you mean R&B Mount Rushmore? Michael Jackson.
Sometimes pop and R&B are interchangeable in certain situations depending on the artist, but I agree with you. He's pop, not R&B.
Yeah, through and through. Like that just bothered me. I was like, that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I just wanted to say that.
I can't imagine where Usher isn't on that list. Like Usher's been R&B his entire career, so like I would always put him on the R&B list as far as like Mount Rushmore. I feel like him, maybe like TLC. I don't know. There's a couple.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't.
Like you said, Key Sweat. That's probably like.
I would put Key Sweat on there.
Yeah, he's honestly definitely because he has 2 songs, like Nobody and Twisted. Like everybody knows those songs. Like
the only 2 songs I know by him.
Right, like when you hear his voice, like you're like, oh, that's Key Sweat. Like you can hear it for like half a second out of the corner of your ear, and you're like, oh, it's Key Sweat. What?
That's my boy.
Like, you're right. Like, that's my boy Key Sweat. Like you know that song.
Genuine. I could name one song, but it's
what about Joe?
I know who he is, but like off the top of my head, I can't actually think of any songs that he made.
The only one you think of is the one with him and Big Pun.
No.
Still not a player?
He was in that song?
I don't want to be a player no more.
I didn't even realize he was in that song.
All right. Yeah, that was him.
No, 2 songs by Genuine, actually, not one.
No, not Genuine. I'm talking about Joe.
I know. I was backtracking to what I said.
Oh, Genuine?
Yeah, I can name 2 songs. Wait, can I?
I can name one.
The
one that everybody knows.
Did he do the In Those Jeans song? Was he the one?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. Is there any more room for me in those jeans? Yes, that was Genuine.
And Pony, obviously.
Pony, obviously, right.
Which got remade.
What?
It got remade like this year.
By him or somebody else?
No, someone else. It's
cancel him. Cancel him. You don't remake that song.
I think it's The Weeknd and someone else.
Oh, well,
it's not like the same song, but it's like the same beat, same flow, and I think I remember correctly, it's some of the same words. I don't exactly remember. I don't like it. But anyway, I just wanted to say that.
Oh no, you don't redo that song. That song is classic.
I mean, we're officially at that point where a lot of the stuff from when we were younger, it's now through the recycling bin. Just like when we were younger, a lot of that shit was getting recycled and sampled from, the other generation. And we didn't know any better. We thought it was, fresh, hot off the press. So,
yeah.
It's just a rinse and repeat.
The difference now is that we have social media, so we're able to look back and realize that it was from. Okay, that makes sense. I agree with that.
Now, as far as movies go, everything now is just lazy as fuck.
There's no good new ideas ever.
No, they're just beating dead horses.
Oh, absolutely. So, gaming news, because I am excited about this. It was announced the new Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer is coming out in December. They're going to release it.
They're going to release the trailer.
The trailer. How are we feeling? Are we excited about it? I'm excited about it.
Oh, I've already announced that when it comes out, I'm going back to roleplay.
Okay, fair enough. Now, the asshole question. How many consoles is this Grand Theft Auto going to make it through? Because as we joked, Grand Theft Auto 5 made it through, 4 different consoles?
360, Xbox One, and the new ones.
Yeah, all right, so 3.
The Xbox Series.
All right, and what about PlayStation? Was it on PlayStation 3? Or was it 4?
360 and 3 were the same generation.
Okay, all right. So Grand Theft Auto 5 made it through 3 generations of consoles.
Years before release. Oh, the release date was already rough estimate release date is early 2025 or late 2024 or something like that.
Correct.
There's no real set date. My guess is probably going to be around Christmas 2025.
Yeah,
is my guess.
We talked about this last podcast. October, November is usually.
I don't know like how far progressed are. Like they've been working on it for a while, but if it even remotely has half of the shit that I've been like seeing that it's going to have, they're going real in depth with the shit. So it's probably going to be closer in the 2025 area.
They're definitely taking leaps and bounds because they are fully embracing the fact that you have to have an SSD to play it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a massive game.
Because the map is going to be Vice City, and it's already been confirmed that the size of it is going to be significantly larger than Los Santos and like San Andreas and all that shit.
Yes, it's going to be a massive game.
Like graphically, it's gonna. I think Unreal Engine. I don't know. I think it's under Unreal Engine. I don't actually remember, but it is. So basically, if you ever played like modded GTA and you ran like the graphic mods and all that shit, that's like they took note of that stuff, and
Right.
they are like implementing those style of graphics, which is fucking insane.
Yeah. While I've never played it, I've seen like the videos.
Yeah,
They're like this is what Grand Theft Auto could look like, and I'm just like, whoa,
yeah. Like I
because
like
it's
on my old PC when I used to role play, like I ran like it was like the medium version of those graphics, and like I had to slightly tweak so it didn't blow my shit up. But
some of them ultra settings.
even on like a super low version of enhancing the graphics, like the texture details were fucking nuts. The water, like it looked like I was staring into a puddle, like IRL. It was fucking nuts.
Yeah. I would say that the next generation, the new Grand Theft Auto is going to be insane. I will say that the first game recently that comes to mind that really, really took advantage of that was Cyberpunk. Even though it was broken, I know it was broken. The game itself, the graphics in certain situations were amazing because when it was raining, you could look down at the puddles and you could see the ripples in the puddles,
Yeah.
and you could also see the reflection of the buildings in it. They did an awesome job graphic wise. Not saying the game is good. It might be now that they've patched it, released their new DLC. It's probably good, but the graphics on that game are always like top tier as far as like playing it on an Xbox Series X or on the PC.
What
They did a really
I'm
good job.
what I'm sort of worried about when it comes to that is like I don't think it's going to happen like it did before, but when GTA 5 came out, it took like a year or so for it to come out on PC.
Yes.
Like it came originally dropped on console, multiplayer didn't drop right away. That came out a few weeks later, and then it took like I think it was well over a year before it came out on PC.
It was like a year and a couple months.
The only reason that I don't think they're gonna do that this time, and the reason I think they're going to drop it all at the same time, is because like PC has kept that game afloat. Like it has kept people talking about the game because of GTA roleplay and the modded version of the game. Without that like people wouldn't be talking about it anymore.
I also think that because consoles now have SSDs, I don't think it's as much of a port issue from one to the other. So I think I agree with you. I think they're going to release it everywhere at the same time because I don't think it's that big of a deal. Xbox versus PC and PlayStation. I think they're all similar builds as far as the infrastructure of the game goes. So I agree. I think they're going to release it at the same time everywhere.
Yeah, not as many people had PCs then. Well, no, not as many people did, but plenty of people still did.
Right. I just mean the inner workings of consoles versus PCs are getting more similar these days.
No, they're not.
I mean, as far as like memory capabilities, things like that, the fact that Xbox and PlayStations all have SSDs now is going to benefit them.
Big whoop! You can get an external SSD and plug it into your fucking 360.
Yeah, if you pay like so many hundreds of dollars for it.
No, they're not that expensive.
Oh no, they are because they have to be. They're specific for the Xbox and the PlayStation. You have to use their branded stuff.
No, you don't.
Okay.
I still have the external hard drive I used to use on my 360.
But that's an HDD, not an SSD.
Yeah, I'm saying, but it still worked.
Oh no, it does HDD, but that's the thing though. All the new games on console require you to have an SSD to play them. That's what I'm saying. They're forcing you to swap over to SSD.
Yeah, I think you're missing my point.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll move on then.
Your console sucks.
They do. I agree at this point.
I don't know, man. I listen. It's the same thing where like you can't even remotely try to make me understand why so many hundreds of millions of people or however many are like dumping so much time and money into Call of Duty when they haven't made a solid game in many, many years. Dog shit. It's the same shit over and over again. They're giving you the same guns, same attachments, same maps. They're giving you the same maps over and over again. Like there's not a lot of new shit. It's just recycled shit, like all the time.
For the same reason that they dropped the OG Fortnite map,
yeah,
and the entire world went flooding back to Fortnite.
It's not even like an OG map. Like that's like a season 4 or season 5
season
map.
4, yeah.
Like it's like I don't know. People just get really excited about
the nostalgia feel.
Old shit. like
The nostalgia.
it's like with Destiny, like that shit still blows my mind. Is that instead of making a new raid and keeping the game fresh, they just kept remastering old raids from Destiny 1 and dropping it like it was new fucking content. And like that's all they're dropped. I'm like, at a certain point, we have to smarten up as a gaming community and stop like letting shit happen.
In order to smarten up as a gaming community, we need to stop pre-ordering games. That's it. Stop pre-ordering games.
Speaking of that, Rust. Rust is leaving Unity in January, I think.
Really?
It's because what Unity has done for, I don't think all games, but I think it's like a majority. They used to have to, like, when you bought the game and installed it is when they had to like fork over their cut to Unity. Okay. But like it's not going to be like that anymore. Like they have to pay up front. And like that's, it's like for a popular game, it's they're not going to be able to do it like financially. It just like it's not going to work. So they're just fed up with their shit and they're leaving them. And so like I don't know what's going to happen with Rust. I don't know if they're going to just like recreate it on an entirely new engine, or if they're just going to scrap it and drop a new game like Rust 2 or something. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. I haven't really looked too much into it, but they're leaving. Like that game is run off of that engine. So
right.
I don't know what's going to happen come January when it comes to Rust.
That is interesting. I have an interesting transition based on Rust. So I finally got back to where I was in Elite Dangerous. I got back into the ship that I originally died in.
Yeah.
Dude, the very same night that I bought the ship,
I
almost had the exact. Dude, I was so close. So
you gotta stop, dude. You gotta stop,
bro. I was playing, and I was doing really good, and then I dropped into this like one spot, and this ship just started attacking me out of nowhere, and I'm like, I gotta go. I couldn't get away. I died. Luckily, the insurance, I was able to cover it, and I was able to pay for it. I ended up in my ship with 1,000 credits. 1,000 credits to spare.
I'm imagining that's not a lot.
It's nothing. Oh. It costs more to repair or to refill the ammunition in the ship. Like it. When you start the game, they give you 500,000 credits. Let's put it that way. I had 1,000.
Oh no! I think you need to just uninstall that fucking game.
So no. So what I did was I was like, when I died,
not again.
When I died, I didn't know that I was. When I died, I was like, oh, I'm done again. I got to start over again. When I was actually able to redeploy, I was like, how did this happen? I had 1,000. I was like, oh, like I had a panic. I had a mini panic attack when I died. I was like, no, like no. I was ready to uninstall the game, bro. I was ready. I was so ready.
Flashback,
dude. I was having panic attack, and I was like, all right, I'm good. And then from that point forward, I learned my lesson. I did cargo missions. Like I wasn't trying to attack nobody. I did little like courier missions until I got enough to cover my insurance no matter what. And it's to the point now where if I go to buy something for the ship, I'm checking the price and I'm like, how much do I have left? How much is my insurance? I can't afford it. Nope, not buying it. Like
that's funny.
It's so bad. Like ever since you pointed out like the Rust vibes, I'm catching so many similarities between like, if I fuck this up, I got to start over. I'm like Roman from Too Fat. I'm not going back to Barstow. Like I'm not restarting.
I remember I'm
not restarting.
It was my second wipe I'd ever played on Rust. It was when I was playing with Philly. Like he made his own base and I made my own base. And I remember I made a base. I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. Like I just kind of put together a base and I wasted a whole bunch of resources. I'm like, I could have not, I didn't need to. But
you're feeling your way through it.
I didn't really understand like the structure and how things worked at the time. I was like winging it. So then I started like watching videos. I'm like, oh, that makes sense because like stability, it matters, and like there's a lot of physics that take place into building in the infrastructure side.
You weren't getting into your 1x2 at that point. Then you were still learning.
Yeah. So so I watched some videos and I found a base. I was like, oh, I can make that. I have the material. I was like, all right, let me try it. So I got like phase 1 and phase 2 of the base done, but like it had like no real defenses. But I was like, all right, when I come back from or I was like, tomorrow or something, I was like, I'll finish it. Get fucking raided. And when I logged in, I was like, yes, I'm not raided because I didn't like my shit wasn't. I didn't die. My shit wasn't blown the fuck up. And the next thing you know, like I hear something. What the fuck is that? I hear someone put a lock on the door. I was like, what? Wait, what? And because so like during this process, I was on the roof because I heard a mini fly in and I saw he landed right next to my house. And I was like, I'm gonna camp this mini. Maybe he's just scoping me out. I'm gonna get the jump on him. Turns out they already had the fucking jump on me. They fucking they door raided the bottom. They didn't even go through the top, so they didn't even make it to the second floor. But all my shit was on the first floor. I didn't know any better at the time. I didn't quite think ahead to like split loot. Anyway, long story. They had my shit. They had all of it. I died. I put up a little bit of a fight. I died. I respawned. I had a locker with kits in it. I tried. I got to the roof. The dude fucking down there. He killed me. I respawned again. I had another kit. He fucked me up instantly. I never turned the game off so fast in my fucking life. Never have I ever turned the game off so fast. I was pissed. I was like, fuck this shit. I almost uninstalled. I was so fucking mad. That was my first time ever going through that. And I was like, I didn't know how to deal with it. I was like, fuck this game. I'm done. I'm not fucking playing this anymore.
Oh, it's rough.
I got off. I got back on 2 hours later. I restarted. And that's when I learned you got to have a short memory.
Yeah.
That's when it really kicked in.
Yeah. Yeah, I was getting Rust vibes from Elite Dangerous. It's just bad. If I'd have had to start over again, I might not be playing it. That shit hits you right in the soul. That shit gets in deep. It gets under your skin quick. Well, all right, so let's get into your gaming news. You're back to being a beefy boy.
I'm the beefiest of boys.
Yes, you are.
If anyone listening now and during later on, if you're listening to the recording on YouTube, if you know anything about New World, I don't like being a bruiser. Like I stopped having fun bruising a long time ago. The only reason I ever went back is because a couple of the last company we were in when we went there, and like I couldn't be a point tank anymore because like shot caller was point tank, so like that spot was filled. There was no doing that position, so I guess I have to fucking go back to bruising. And I didn't like it. I stuck with it after this patch, and I made like builds and shit for it. I have really really great builds for it, but like I'm just not. I had fun bruising with the new way to bruise for like the first week, and I was like,
so
boring.
For people that don't know, explain what a bruiser is.
Just do a bunch of damage with your melee weapon. But like I don't know. If you run the abyss, because the abyss it scales off of void and intelligence. It does like 1% slash damage. Great Axe does slash damage. There's different damage types. As far as like physical damage, there's slash, thrust, and strike. Great Axe does slash, but it does like 1% slash, and the rest is void. But it scales off of int or whatever the highest attribute is, and so you don't have to be a standard bruiser anymore. You can fucking run that shit with an ice golem if you want now and stuff like anything that scales off int. It was fun at first, but I got bored. Real quickly because like I like tanking. I'm a beefy boy. I'm a support player, through and through. So I hadn't. Since the update, the big update recently, season 3, like I hadn't tanked. Like I was getting pissed off because he had to tank every mutation we did. Because I was like, I don't have tank set. So I put one together like last week. Was it last week? Yeah, last week, and I fucked up by telling him that because I realized that I'm never gonna get the DPS in a dungeon ever again because you taking? I guess. But anyway, so long story short. I started tanking again in dungeons. I hadn't PvE tanked in a long time. Because PvE tanking is really fucking snooze fest. But I started doing it, and it was actually good because I started getting heavy gear because the way the new system works is a lot of the gear you get scales off of the like weight class that you're wearing. Not
Yeah, you talked about that
not overall
before.
weight class, but individual like armor weight. So I didn't have a lot of like I only had like heavy legs and chest because that's all I was running in my medium build. But like I started getting some heavy shit. I was like, all right, this is a makeshift build, whatever. So I started getting a lot more heavy pieces. So I put together a PvP tank set. I was like, it's all right, Started playing around with it, unlocked some more stuff. I was like, I forgot how much fun this was. But long story
You did
short,
always like tanking. You always had fun with tanking.
so long story short, I messaged Tiana last night, asked to see if she could talk to leadership because Maxter wanted to start. He wanted to start AOE healing. Like that's what he wanted. That's what he wants to do. So I messaged her to talk to leadership. I was like, we want to move to group 1. I was like, I want to point tank, and Maxter wants to AOE heal, and yada yada yada. And so I was told to reach out to the rosters. So I did. Started chatting with them. We discussed a few things, had to sort out some details, but I was like, we got moved. We got moved to group 1, and I'm back to tanking. And that it actually works out even better in the long run because Gator switched his character off the server. I don't know if or when he's going to bring his other character over. So like group 2, like that with Dai and Saiku in them, they lost a person, and we didn't have another one of our people to fulfill it because everyone else didn't transfer over with us.
Right.
But it worked out because Dilly in that group because he was in our stack. But we needed to open up a slot so the shot caller, aka Gov, can be in the group. So I was like, Dilly can replace Gator easy. Like it all works out. So anyway, long story short, I'm kind of rambling. We got war tonight at 9. We're defending Everfall. I'm back to point tanking.
He still hates New World, by the way, for anybody listening.
I absolutely fucking hate that I hate that I love the game.
Right?
Because like it's a great game in theory.
Relationship.
It's a great game in theory, but the developers keep making really bad decisions with it. And like I'm running low on patience and I'm running low on hope. And they got like a couple of more big patches of like really bad fucking moves before I'm just like, all right, I'm out. I'm not playing this game anymore.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
But that's where a lot of people are at, honestly.
Nah, they're like a bad baby mama. Like, you can't quit me. You can't quit me, Day Day.
Oh no, you can't.
You'll never leave.
Like they got a couple of more like big updates in them in my opinion that are, if they're good, keep stringing me along, but if they're just going in a really bad direction, then I eventually just have to cut the plug,
New World is a
pull
toxic
the plug.
girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean,
you keep coming back like she'll change. She said she was going to change this time.
I mean, I did that with Apex. Like, how long did I play Apex? And like, I gave them so many chances.
What do you mean? How long? You're back to playing Apex?
I play casually here and there. Like, it's not this. It's not. I played. I played every night.
That's true.
And I played ranked every night. To now, since reinstalling it, I've played it 3 times.
They're that like 3 relationship ago girlfriend. You keep like checking in on them, like, well, hey, what are you up to? Like that. But what's that big head? That's 3 a.m. That 3 a.m. text.
Anyway, I gave Respawn a lot of chances, and they just like their updates every season. It got worse and it got worse. Like nothing got better. So I stopped. Like I uninstalled the game and I fucking stopped playing for 4 or 5 seasons. I don't know. It was quite a while.
I still hate Apex because
you suck at it.
I do suck at it. That's not why I hate it.
You dropped 18 damage.
I did too.
I told Saiku about that and he laughed.
I hate it because I was supposed to get Titanfall 3 and I didn't. I got fucking Apex. I will forever hate Respawn because they were supposed to make Titanfall 3 and then the whole battle arena like blew up and they just abandoned it and they're never going to make Titanfall now. Because it's all Apex.
They might.
Come on, be real.
They might.
Don't lie to me.
They might. I mean, battle royales are dying out.
You can lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. They're not
no, I'm not. I'm saying. I said they might.
I doubt it.
I'm not saying they will. I'm saying they might because battle royales are dying out. At least on this side of the world. Like PUBG, like it is all but dead in North America, but it is thriving in like India and China and shit. Like that thing has a lot of fucking player, but even like Europe. But on this side, like it's kind of dead. But over there, bro, it's still getting millions of fucking hits daily.
Yeah,
but
I enjoy the Titanfall games.
Battle royales are kind of dying. Like they're I think they're still a long way from dead, but they're definitely dying off. Like the hype, it's not there anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially Apex. Like Apex is definitely dying off. Like
they still do tournaments all the time. Like
I'm not saying it's dead. I'm saying it's dying off.
It's dying.
Like
okay.
Interests. Like you know it's not.
Well,
it's not what
my little glimmer of hope then.
Not what it was a year ago. So it's possible that they make another one.
I would be happy about that.
I mean, that's all Apex is anyway. Is fucking Titanfall BR. That's all it is. It's all the guns and characters from the Titanfalls, and then new ones added.
Yeah, but there's no Titans. That's the problem. I need my big old robot to run around in.
No, well, they can't put the mechs in fucking Battle Royale. The Fortnite.
No, they put stupid fucking ships that you can drive around in and glitch into walls.
Yeah, but everyone learned a lesson from Fortnite with the mechs. You just
the giant. Wow.
You can't do it. It's just
you think they learned a lesson, and then they do things like put Goku in there with like a giant.
No. Yeah. I mean, listen. I'm just talking about with the mechs. I ain't talking about the other dumb shit.
No, all
fucking
the dumb shit.
Lightsabers where you can launch across and meow like like.
A lightsaber does not make that noise. Don't you dare disrespect a lightsaber that way.
First off, they're not even real, so check yourself.
They are real. They're real.
Real fucking stupid.
No. Real expensive, depending on where you buy one from.
Anyway. Oh, damn. We've been recording for an hour. I remember looking, it was like 23 minutes. I was like, it feels like we've been talking for an hour. And then, so here we are, an hour.
This is what we do, folks.
So yeah, it's 11:53 a.m. Okay.
Any closing thoughts?
I'm gonna consume some caffeine and nicotine after we wrap up here, and then figure out what I'm doing.
I'm gonna get dressed and go wash the RV so we can put that cover on it.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what what's next. I don't even know how long I've been live yet anymore because my OBS crashed, so I lost my timer. It reset.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. I don't know.
It was a NASCAR noise. Like that's not NASCAR. That's pretty fucking lightsaber-ish.
Not a lightsaber.
15 hours and 47. That was pretty. I was closer to lightsaber than I was Dale Earnhardt.
Lightsaber. No, not me. That's the Roadrunner.
I think I'm pretty close, and I think that you need to just accept it.
You know what I think? I think that you're like noises. You trying to make a lightsaber noise? You're garbage. You suck at it. Fucking meow. Fucking sound like a dead cat. Meow. 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 Meow.
I suck at lightsaber noises.
You do.
Says the guy that sucks my ass. We haven't even done the farewell yet, but you set that up, and I'm like, I'm not about to fucking walk past this.
That's fine.
I'm really mad that you did that. Because we hadn't even done the farewell yet. And just fucking said, I was like, this is too good. Fuck you.
Yeah, you would like it.
Like I tried to just let it go. And I was like, well, maybe another one will happen. But I couldn't. You set it up too good. You didn't even mean to.
I never do.
Anyway, my name is North Star. You can find me on North Star TV under all social platforms. Just North Star on Twitch. Moist Voice Pod on all social media. Follow. Maybe I'll actually log in and check the fucking social medias.
You won't.
Been a pleasure doing another live recording of this podcast 2 weekends in a row. We're on
I like these.
part 2 of the celebratory I'm back to fucking streaming stream.
I like these. I think you should just do a 24-hour every weekend. We can do the podcast in the middle of it.
If I was off every weekend, I'd do it. I mean,
what's your problem?
I'd probably get yelled at if I did that.
Maybe. But these are nice. I like doing these. They're fun. They're interactive.
I'm sorry, your foreheads are so shiny. It keeps distracting me. Can you just cover it for a second?
Really? What, you want me to do, like a Home Alone? Like, oh my goodness. And look, even my hand's shiny. Yeah, that's that Italian you keep saying I'm not. I'm just shiny.
No, I'm not. I never said you weren't Italian. I said you're not real Italian. You're just Olive Garden Italian.
Yeah, you're such an asshole. Not Olive Garden Italian. You fucking fat Albert.
I'm the asshole, but he's the one that's sucking my ass.